Hey, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing better. Yeah, I do. Back to talk about words. These words are so important. And I'm, uh, I'm a little amazed at what I uncover when I look into virtue. Because it goes a little deep. And a simple search will bring up force, strength, vigor, moral strength, qualities, abilities. And hmm, now here's something with regards to what does by virtue mean in English. Well, this says moral excellence, goodness, righteousness, conformity in one's life and conduct to moral and ethical principles, uprightness, mm, rectitude, chastity, virginity, to lose one's virtue. Well, okay. What else do we come? Oh my goodness, what happened here? Oh, there we go. Entomology. Virtue is a noun. Moral life and conduct. A particular moral excellence. From Anglo-French and Old French, virtue, that's VERTU, force, strength, vigor, moral strength, qualities, abilities. In Old French, from Latin virtutum, moral strength, high character, goodness, manliness, valor, bravery, courage in war, excellence, worth. Well, we could have just stopped way back there and we wouldn't know all this now, would we? What else do we got? Let's see. Let's see. I know it's here. It's not there. It's over here. All right. What does it mean? Oh, actually, no. I want to go back to it. It talked about what does it mean biblically. And that's over here. I should be able to get my fingers on this. All right, back. I just went too far too fast. That's all, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe I just didn't get it in here. Here we go. Okay. Thanks for sticking with that. What is the biblical definition of virtue? Virtue has been defined as conformity of life and conduct with the principles of morality. The virtues are thus the practical attitudes and habits adopted in obedience to those principles. To these four, Christianity added the three theological virtues of faith, hope, and love. Well, geez, What would have happened if we would have stopped looking? We wouldn't know that, would we? Is there more? Apparently there is. All right. Just a little bit more reading. Virtue in Christianity. Any of the 7 virtues. Oh, we just heard about 4 in biblical. All right. Any of the 7 virtues selected as being fundamental to Christian ethics. They consist of the 4 natural virtues, those in, inculated in the old pagan world that spring from the common endowment of humanity, and the 3 theological virtues, those specifically prescribed in Christianity and arising as special gifts from God. Virtue has been defined as conformity of life and conduct with the principles of morality. The virtues are thus the practical attitudes and habits adopted in obedience to those principles. They have been conventionally enumerated as 7 because that number is supposed, when combined with its opposite number of the 7 deadly sins, to cover the whole range of human conduct. The natural virtues are sometimes known as the 4 cardinal virtues, from Latin cardo, hinge. Because of them, all lesser attitudes hinge. They are prudence, temperance, fortitude, and justice. This enumeration is said to go back to Socrates and is certain to be found in Plato and Aristotle. Late Roman and medieval Christian moralists such as Ambrose, Augustine, and Thomas Aquinas took over the list as a convenient summary of the teachings of the ancient philosophers and the highest excellence at which they aimed. To these 4, Christianity added the 3 theological virtues of faith, hope, and love. This classification was taken over directly from the Apostle Paul, who not only distinguished these 3 as specifically Christian virtues, but singled out love as the chief of the 3. So faith, hope, love abide, these 3. But the greatest of these is love. According to Christian teachings, the theological virtues do not originate from the natural man. They are imparted by God through Christ and then are practiced by the believer. In the Christian ethic, love or charity, which is omitted from the list of the pagan philosophers, becomes the ruling standard by which all else is to be judged, and to which, in the case of conflict of duties, the prior claim must be yielded. So, why is that important? Be right back. Here I come. You see, when we're learning about our constitutions and our rights, that's what people are zeroing in on, is what are our rights. But what about the compacts, the contracts, all these states' constitutions? See, there's a article section, preservation of free government. preservation of free government. Free government and the blessings of liberty. We went over liberty pretty good. There's a big difference between freedom and liberty. Freedom without liberty is not really freedom, is it? All right. The blessings of liberty can be preserved to any people only by a firm adherence to justice, moderation, temperance, frugality, and virtue, and by frequent reoccurrence to fundamental principles. So I see this is such a short and sweet little article section, but it is so packed with information, isn't it? When you look into the word liberty and understand and know the difference between liberty and freedom, and moderation and temperance, we talked about that. Virtue. Wow. You see, this is what when I just read to you about the biblical teachings of the word virtue, as well as the etymology, dissection of the word. That one word carries a tremendous amount of weight. It is very deep in its meaning. Our forefathers expected a lot out of the servants and substitutes. And that's what these elected officials are. They're substitutes and servants. So, I don't see a lot of virtue going on. I don't. All right, so slowly but surely, we're getting some of these words to be known to you the way they were known to our forefathers, and why they are in these compacts, which is a contract, which is a trust indenture, which these servants took an oath to uphold. I got a sneeze coming on. Huh. All right. Excuse me. Well, that's what happens live, huh? All right, everybody. I love you. Study these words. Lord have mercy. All right. We'll be back. We're going to tie all this together. All these words. We're going to get them all tied together as to why they're so important, why they're in there, how you own them, what they mean to you. All right. Be strong.